To help you move forward, this is a model that I have that will kind of, if you want to be successful in anything in life, there are 3 elements you need to have, and you need all 3 of these elements. First of all, you've got to have specialist knowledge. You've got to know what to do. But I meet a lot of people who kind of know what to do. I've done some training, but that's not enough. You've got to have the mindset, and also you've got to have the support as well. So let's talk about these just briefly. One of the main reasons for people failing is not knowing what to do, i.e. they don't get started because they don't have the confidence, or they make a mistake. One of my favorite sayings is, you don't know what you don't know. And hopefully this weekend we want to open your mind and raise your gaze so you're a bit more conscious of the things that you don't know, so you can work out what you need to go and learn about, okay? You need to keep updating your knowledge. Those of you who have been investing for a number of years, you know, what you've done over the last 12 years when the market's been growing may not necessarily be the best strategies with a declining market. So you've got to, that's what, and it's great to see so many people who, some of our graduates and people who've not seen for a long time, come back into this because they recognize that now is such a great time to update our knowledge. Knowledge can give you clarity and it can give you confidence as well. And it's really important to take action and apply that knowledge. You know, it's one thing not knowing about the incredible opportunity we have right now, blissful ignorance, but it's even worse knowing about what's happening and not doing anything about it. And by taking action and having a specialist knowledge, you can gain a competitive advantage. When most people are doing things like single-lets, there's nothing wrong with single-lets, by the way, but right now they're not giving much money and it's hard to get finance on them. But by having this specialist knowledge that other people don't have, we can have the real competitive edge in our market. Now, because of time, I'm not going to talk much about this, but you should all in your packs have this, a flow chart. We're going to come back to this pretty much tomorrow afternoon. We're going to kind of summarize all of this, but this summarizes all the strategies that we use on our 3-day Mastermind Accelerator and on our Mastermind program. And we come back to, because when you have this knowledge, you will spot deals that other people would miss. I think we've sent one of these out, but also can we put a link to a digital version, please, in the chat group for everyone who's at home as well. So we'll talk about that, and that summarizes all the specialist knowledge. Now, when it comes to mindset, I like to make things really simple when I teach them. I break it down to the A, B, C of mindset. People say, well, I get mindset simple. What exactly is it? Well, A, I think, stands for attitude. It's about having the can-do attitude. The glass is half full, it's not half empty. And if we're working with motivated sellers, people who've got a problem, we want to be a solution-focused thinker to help them find a great solution. So that's attitude. Now, when I first started investing, and one of the things I want to talk about is cost attitude versus value attitude. When I first started investing in property, I was managing my properties myself because it didn't take much effort, to be honest. And I thought I didn't want to give 10% of my rental income to a letting agent. That was the first reason. Secondly, I thought I could probably do a better job than agents. And thirdly, I thought, wouldn't it be great to get to know all my tenants, okay? Now that third one, the novelty soon wears off, I can tell you, okay? But I got to the point where a few properties is easy, but as you get more and more properties, it takes more and more time. And I was conscious I was spending more time managing the properties than I was actually buying properties. So where do you think you make the money? Managing or buying, guys? What do you reckon? Buying. So I took a slight step back and I had a dip in my income to get other people to look after my properties, but then it freed up my time. And time is your most precious resource. You can always earn more money. So paying someone to do something is a great idea because it frees your time. You can never get more time back. And so this is a cost, and you think, okay, there's a cost to get a letting agent managing for you, but you've got to look at the value. If you have a cost mindset, it will hold you back in life. You want to have a look at the value of everything. Richard is one of our masterminders. He's got a business that recruits, and he's one of our sponsors. We get him speaking on stage at some point. He helps people find virtual assistants. And getting someone to do the stuff that you don't need to do or don't want to do and probably won't do, you don't have to do all of this yourself. Get other people to help you. So one of my mentors, a guy called Brad Sugars, who set up Action Coach, he's got a great saying. He says, not employing someone in your business is costing you a fortune. See, most people look at the cost of employing that person, not seeing the value that they are creating. And even doing training like this, some people would say, oh, why would I pay to go to a property event? I can learn everything for free online. Well, yeah, I put so much free content out online, but if that was true, how come everyone who watches YouTube is not a multimillionaire already? Good question, right? Because there's so much information. When you come to an event like this, when you're paying for your education, two really important things. One is once you've paid, guess what? You pay more attention. And I would love you, just to set this up for this weekend, I would love you to imagine that you've paid £15,000 to be here for this 3-day event. Now, I've attended some 2-day events that were £10,000. So I've spent, well, $10,000 actually. I've spent at least $5,000 a day attending events like this. Business and marketing events. So I want you to imagine you've paid £15,000 for this 3-day course. Why? Because guess what? You're going to listen more carefully. You're going to take better notes. You're going to make sure when we go to a networking event, you're talking, connecting, and not standing there on your phone. You're going to really make the most of this opportunity because you want to get the value out of it. When you pay for something, you value it. Okay? So start thinking with a value mindset rather than a cost. If you think, oh, I'm going to do the maintenance, I'm going to do the painting on my house myself to save money, that's a cost mindset. Think about that. Yes, I know you two here. So that's a mastermind in joke here. And sometimes we need to do it to get things done in time. I get that. But just don't do it again, all right? So you've got to think about the value, not the cost, okay? I didn't say that just for a few people in the room, by the way. So attitude is really important. Next, belief. Belief is so important. The great saying by Henry Ford, the founder of the Ford Motor Company, if you think you can or think you can't, you're absolutely right. And so over these 3 days, we want to build your belief on what's possible. I'm going to interview some amazing people who are just like you, who've done amazing things to show you what's possible, what you can achieve. Roger Bannister, who was the first person to run a 4-minute mile, no one thought it was possible. It was in 1956, I think on the 6th of May in Oxford, and no one had done it before. And yet the year that Roger did it, it made headlines around the world. A whole load of other people within a year had also run a mile in under 4 minutes. Why did that happen? Because they knew it was possible because someone else had done it before. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what you've all written down on your goals, but I'm pretty sure what you've written down, someone has probably already done that before you, which is good news. It means it's possible to do. And then finally, courage. You need to have courage to do what we teach you to do. You're going to be stepping outside of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is where you do things that are familiar to you. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. It's a Tony Robbins saying. If you want to change your life, you need to change your life. You need to do things differently in order to get different results. So mindset is really important. And then finally, the third element needs support. It can be a very lonely journey investing on your own. And this is why many people give up, because they have people around them who just don't get it and frankly don't support them. It doesn't have to be that way for you. And I want you to think about how can you get more support? And by connecting with people here, like-minded people, going to peer meetings, if you're really serious, getting on Mastermind, there are lots of ways you can get the right kind of people around you who will support you, encourage you, and champion you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And do you think maybe a coach or mentor could help you? I think probably they could, right? So think about what support do you need and to get that resource around you. One final thing before we go to a break. There are a number of different trainings that we do. So this 3-day event is our strategy implementation live. It's about actually getting things done. Property Magic Live, which is in the autumn, a similar 3-day event. It's more about stretching your mindset and your goals and really getting to think much bigger and building your belief about what's possible and the strategies for the next year. We have our 3-day Mastermind Accelerator, which is one of my favorite courses where we teach all the strategies from our year-long Mastermind program. That's a residential course, much smaller group, really focused. We have Mastermind Coaching for people who kind of know what to do, but they're just not actually doing it, and they need that support, accountability. We obviously have our virtual Mastermind program. We've got some of our virtual people here, and most of them are online at home, and we have our physical mastermind program we now do twice a year as well. So look, over the weekend, you can come and speak to my team about this. We'll tell you about some of these things to help you moving forward. But if you like what you learn here, it's not the end of the journey, it's just the start of the journey. There's lots of ways we can help you moving forward. Hey, it's Simon here again. I do hope you enjoyed that last video. You know what, watching videos is a great way to build your knowledge. However, there's nothing like attending a live event because you get to connect with a whole load of other people. You get the very latest knowledge distilled into actionable steps for you, and you get to connect and interact with me. We have a big 3-day event coming up, and I'd love to tell you more about it. So if you click on the link below, you can find out about our next 3 big day event. I look forward to seeing you there. So click on the link below. In the meantime, I've lined up another video for you to watch as well.